We have the head coach of the U.S. men's national team, Jurgen Klinsmann. Jurgen, your thoughts on tonight's match?
Yeah, I think we saw a really entertaining game. I think it was a nice game between both sides. I think we controlled the first 60 minutes and did really, really well. Over those 60 minutes, we should have scored the second goal, simple as that, to close it down. And then after 60 minutes, then Ecuador got stronger and stronger, created chances, and at the end of the day, I think they deserved and also that goal. So it's a 1-1 as a result is fine. Was a bummer for us, obviously, to lose Joe Zhao with potential knee issue. We will figure that out now with the medical staff by tomorrow morning. We hope it's not so bad. But he looked really good the last couple of days in training, and I think he showed that in the first couple of minutes that he was full of energy. That was a bit of a bummer. I think it was exciting to see Landon in this game, playing full of energy. I think he really enjoyed it. I mean, obviously he will tell you that himself. Did very well. That's why I left him on longer than actually was planned, because I had the feeling he gets another chance and maybe puts one in. He got another chance, but he just missed it by a little. Overall for us, very good experience because we see our younger players kind of stepping up and getting a rhythm and getting challenged. They're a very good side. Here and there making some mistakes, which is part of our process now going forward. But it's the only way we can kind of make these guys grow is by putting them on the field and let them swim in the cold water. And I think it was very, very good stuff there overall. And just we couldn't keep it for the entire 90 minutes. And that's why Ecuador scored that equalizer and deserved also that point.
If you have a question, please raise your hand. Jeff Carlisle.
Jurgen, obviously Mix Discovery gets the goal. How would you assess his overall play tonight, on both sides of the ball?
Well, Mix is growing. I think, the message to him after the World Cup was, if you want to break into this team as a starter one day, you gotta step it up. You have to become more aggressive, you have to challenge more one-against-one situations, you have to become more physical. And can he play? Absolutely. Does he have a tremendous vision? Yes. But he needs these other elements on the international stage to break through, and I think he's working hard on this, also in training, and every time I see him doing that, he gets a little compliment. But the challenge for all these players that you see, from the younger side, is consistency. That is for us the biggest challenge. Not showing it in one game, show it in the next game too, and then next month as well, and show it in the club team. So kind of to build this consistency over entire season, obviously over 11 months, is their biggest challenge. We always see the talent that players have, but can they move it then on a consistent base? We'll get another kind of answer to many of those questions on next Tuesday then against Honduras. It's about, okay, am I able to go every 4 or 5 days with the same pace, same rhythm, same aggressiveness? He's working on it, so I was pleased obviously with his performance. With most of them, we did absolutely fine. But we'd like to do that over 90 minutes down the road.
Doug.
DeAndre, looked like a veteran out there tonight for a guy his age, and obviously coming off a very good World Cup. What do you think of his performance, and also in regards to getting his first start left back?
Yeah, we see, similar to Mix, we see the potential of the players. We see them coming through, breaking through in their club teams, and getting the other rhythm and games week in, week out. Greg, we followed the last 2 years. We knew that he's on the rise in there. He was last year not starting because Castillo was playing there, and now he broke through and he's doing well. And he seems like, very calm, not impressed at all. He's really simply focusing on his game, and he plays a left back more in the traditional way to say, first of all, I defend. And if there's an opportunity, yes, I go, but first I have to kind of shut down the people that come over my side there, which is doing tremendously well. I think DeAndre is also in a growing phase, and that will go for the next 2 or 3 years. Now obviously we want him to finish with the Sounders on the highest note possible, and then he makes that big jump into the Premier League. And breaking in on that level will be a huge challenge. Maybe, who knows what happens there, and we'll help him in that process. But we saw over the last couple of days that we have different options to play to shift things around, even after Fabian Johnson had to cancel his trip. And we thought, well, I think he can really push things forward if he plays in front of a right back. In that case, Timmy Chandler. Timmy Chandler in his club right now plays right back. And I thought they combined really well, and obviously the difference that Andre makes is speed. Every team feels that.
Ron?
When Landon came off the field, you two shook hands. What did you say to each other?
Well, I just congratulated him, and thanked him, and I think he had a really good time out there. And I saw that in his movements, in his game, and I hope for him, for us to score a goal, I mean, he hit the post, he was so close in the other occasion, and I thought that might be coming up another chance, so leave him on longer. He probably will enjoy that, that's what we did. We wish him only the best. I told him before the game that this door here is always open for him. This is his team. He built this cycle, he built this team, he built so many things for US soccer. So he deserves the biggest crowd, the biggest cheers here, and we all told him before the game, enjoy it tonight.
Was today the first time you had spoken since May?
Yeah, because I left him messages on his phone, which I found out was the wrong cell number because he changed it. And he confirmed too that my son sent him an email, which he didn't get because he changed email address. So that is the story to that. So we cleaned that up right away. It's no problem at all. I mean, I had the pleasure taking him to Bayern Munich. I had the pleasure to work with him the last 3 years. He makes his own decisions, he's his own boss. It was my decision to go with a different roster, which is tough for every player. I mean, imagine the other 6 players I had to tell at Stanford that they were going home. It's very difficult. I totally understand that. If there's somebody angry at me, mad at me for that, I rather have that reaction than not caring. And so he cared about that. I was really pleased with how he kind of embraced this moment tonight. It was fun to watch him from the first second on. He was full of energy and the excitement that he has qualities. I always had that. So it was a really nice.
Do you think he could play a few more years if he wanted to?
If he wanted to, absolutely.
Brian Schroeder.
Jurgen, this for the second straight game you've had John Brooks and Michael Orozco in central defense. I know you've been trying to mix match and see in partnerships. How comfortable are you feeling with that pairing moving forward, potentially into the next year's Gold Cup?
Well, we feel good about when comfortable. It always depends on what the opponents do with you. We feel good about what center backs we have coming through the system. John Brooks is only maturing, even if he has up and downs in Berlin. Michael Orozco, since years, plays very, very consistent down in Mexico. Now I think he's playing a really strong season there with Puebla. As I said, yesterday, he missed the 30-man roster because of injury. He was in that 30-man roster to fight for a spot for Brazil. Now he gets that opportunity to prove to all of us that he deserved, maybe going down there. But that's what happens then, things happen to the wrong time, and for him it happened at the wrong time with his hamstring. I think what really speaks for Michael Orozco is his bite, is his consistency, and his way of kind of not overdoing things. He's very physical, nasty, but without playing mostly foul. He's strong in the air without being very tall. I mean, he showed that last year in the Gold Cup as well. So we see those elements. So our goal as a national team program is obviously, building a deeper pool, and he has always been part of that pool. Right now, it's a bit his time. After he missed out on the World Cup to prove that, and he did it again. We kind of had this vision already before the game that we're going to sub 3 guys after 60 minutes because otherwise they will never get a rhythm. We got to give them 30 minutes to do something there. And with Omar then coming in and with Tim Ream, because they also need their minutes in doing that. But no, it's fun to see those partnerships developing.
Kyle.
Jurgen, how do you put together the plan for that first 30 minutes with Landon on the field, and how did the circumstances tonight sort of alter it a little bit?
No, I mean, yeah, you have a plan in mind, but obviously in soccer things happen within a second, like it happened with Joe Zhao. But we always we're prepared for that. We're prepared that if a player goes down, if we have to shift a position, if we want to change something right away, that's what our coaches are for. So obviously, with Joe Zhao going out, we actually thought, is Bobby coming in as a second striker for Landon, or is it Joe Corona then? So that's why both were warming up there, because we want to see how the game develops. Obviously, Joe Zhao going down, we said no, Bobby Wood plays at 860 from the left wing. I said, you know what, I don't want to change too many things, let's play Bobby in that position that he mostly plays there, even if I believe that Bobby Wood is a real center forward, more in the middle. So we'll see how this develops, so now we are there to adjust, simple as that.
Ives.
Jurgen, as far as Bobby Wood goes, he gets forced in because of Zhao's injury. A very active night, but frustrating on some levels, created a lot of opportunities. What do you think overall about his night? And Yedlin on the right wing, is that, you're going to see more and more of that in the next few months?
Well, the Andre, to answer the first one first, the second one first, is absolutely an option for us to play on the right wing because of his speed, because of his, he's unpredictable when he goes at people. And he knows also how to defend, he knows also how to help in the right back and to build that tandem. So that will be always an option for us to play the Andre further up, I think with Bobby is an example that, there's a lot of talent in him. Physically, he made a huge step forward and became a young man. We could see that over the last year growing. I got that confirmed by that 1860. The key word for him again is consistency. He was in the team in the beginning, now he's out. I talked to the coach there, he's telling me, not consistent enough in training. Then he's there. But you see in those moments what he actually has. Now, when then specific moments happen in the game and you have just one guy in front of you and you gotta go and beat him and go one against the goalie, you could read him that his head is too full. He was thinking too much. But this is normal for a young player. So only when we put him out there to go through that, to experience that, and you can tell him tonight, see, Bobby, you just gotta relax. Just follow your instinct, let everything off your head and then go. He could have beaten that guy, he could have scored in almost last minute, be selfish and just hammer it at the goalie. These are the things that we want him to take with, and hopefully in the next games, sooner or later, he will score his first goal for the national team, and sooner or later, hopefully he kicks out whoever is in front of him right now at 860. Other than that, attitude, hunger, desire, willingness to learn and to listen is all there. That's the good part of it.